There was a strong combined overnight attack on occupied Kerch in Crimea, using cluster Atacms warheads and sea drones. Russian channels report that around 20 explosions were heard. Ukrainian Magura V-5 sea drones sank 4 Russian boats, while airstrikes destroyed or damaged 2 ferries around the Kerch Bridge on the Black Sea. There were spectacular explosions as 2 ships were destroyed. In an effort to neutralize the approaching Ukrainian Magura V-5 drones near Vozhka Bay, the Russians deployed combat aircraft 32 times, including Su-27s, MiG-29s, BE-12s, An-26, Ka-27 helicopters, and Mi-8s. However, these efforts were evidently ineffective. The Ukrainian Peaky Blinders unit is reporting that the situation in northern Kharkiv is stabilized and Russians are suffering huge losses. Dear friends, another day has not been wasted. We have already driven the orcs so hard with drones and artillery that it is almost impossible to see the invaders during the day, but they really need to do their logistics. And it's their logistics that we are hunting for. Today, our group destroyed 5 enemy cars, 4 Scooby-Doo vans, 1 pickup, 2 golf carts with provisions, 1 mortar 120mm, 2 orcs. We serve the people of Ukraine, the Peaky Blinders. More indication of Russians losing ground in Vovchansk and increasingly resorting to destroying the town with MLRS, heavy artillery, and airdropped glide bombs from the distance. Not everyone knows this, but the city of Vovchansk came through the initial Russian offensive and the Ukrainian liberation basically unscratched. Russians have unleashed a pace of destruction to this city which is hard to grasp. This video pains to watch, knowing what they hit and what they hit it with. A mobilized Russian soldier and part-time blogger suddenly realized that the heaps of gold promised to the recruits by the authorities were insufficient to buy an apartment upon returning to their hometowns, especially for those from major cities. In fact, they are unashamed to admit that they went to war simply to earn money for housing, as they couldn't achieve this through honest work in Russia. But it gets better. They also checked used car prices and found that all their war savings, up to 2 million rubles max, or $20,000, are enough to buy a used Skoda Octavia. Are we really the elite of the society? He questions. Brothers went checking housing prices in their hometowns. It was quickly established that Mobics from Moscow, St. Petersburg, Kazan, and the remaining million-plus cities were indeed unable to afford. Only Mobics from small towns and villages will afford housing. It should be noted that 42,000 people out of 300,000 were mobilized from Moscow. About 1/7 of the entire first wave, that is, a lot. And this is the reason for the federal program to provide housing for participants of the SMO in general and those mobilized in particular at the places of their conscription. Because going from Moscow to Kaluga is a no-no, thank you very much. So it really turns out that the SMO ruined our lives, literally. Forced socioeconomic downshifting. No, we don't need that. My colleague and DK looked at car prices. 2,100,000 rubles for a used Skoda Octavia, 2 million for a new Lada Kalina. Housing prices in my native Moscow, 20 million for a new 2-bedroom apartment inside the Moscow Ring Road in an area where there is infrastructure for your family. So we were like, DK, pre-war staff employee, saved 1.4 million in 2 years of war, from 02 to 24-22. Partner saved 1 million. For 20 months of mobilization service. I'm at about 2 million. Same service time as a Mobic. Are we really the elite of society? I believe that the state should give every SMO participant who spent more than 1 year in the zone a 2-room apartment if he is without a family or his own home, or help pay off the mortgage if the person already has housing. Then the flow of volunteers for the contract will be enough until the end of the war, and those who went on demobilization will remain loyal to the state in the future. In the meantime, some kind of bullshit comes out. 20 months of war for a used car? Yes, any relocant Vasily chuckles, sitting in a co-working space and drinking a currant smoothie. And Rayshan and Gurgen are also laughing somewhere, because they have Uncle Turl and a large feudal family. Government officials need to understand that the loyalty of social groups is gained, among other things, by solving the basic problems of people from this social group. The most important of the basic problems of ordinary men who went to war is their own housing for their own family. 43% are unmarried and 69% are childless from the first wave of those mobilized confirm this.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.